Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Real. I am Naima Duro, and I'm coming to you again to talk to you about life and relationships. I'm so full and so heavy right now as it relates to relationships and my sisters and dating. It's hard out here in this dating world, and I feel your pain, but I just wanted to take a moment just to tell you, if you want to have a successful relationship, it's going to take intentional work. And sometimes it's uncomfortable to put in the level of work that you have to put in to have a successful relationship. Why is that? Because the intentional work that you have to put in is not going to be something that majority do. It's not going to be something that you may be used to doing. It's going to be something that is going to require a little bit of effort. And with effort comes friction sometimes. And the reason I say friction, because it's like, when there's friction, it's almost like, one side is pulling in one direction, another side is pulling in another direction. And sometimes you're your own friction, because your mind may be telling you one thing, but your heart is saying something different. Your mind is saying, I know that this is not right, but your heart is saying, but it feels good, and this is what I want. And so sometimes you're going and you're playing tug of war with your heart and your mind to try to get to something that you really want, but it's really going to take you. Sometimes you can't always be led by your heart. You can't always be led by your emotions. You can't be led by your feelings. And so if you want to have a successful relationship, then you're going to have to first care for you. And you're going to need to know what it is that you want for yourself, because you can't expect for someone else to want what you want for you. And there's so many women and ladies who are very frustrated on the relationship scene and in the relationship piece. And because you're scared and you're fearful of being alone, you're fearful of this person not liking you and not liking you for you, that you compromise so much of yourself that you shouldn't be compromising. And when you compromise yourself, you find yourself in a position, in a far worse position that you would have been in had you just been yourself, had you just loved yourself enough to make sure that you had what it is that you needed. And so, ladies, you got to worry about you. It's not about being selfish. It's not about being arrogant, but it's about loving you. Because when you love you, you give you what you need. And when you love you first, you can love somebody else. And so brothers, they're not going to tell you this, but they want a woman who is confident, who is strong. A lot of times men would make you feel like they want you to be this gullible person and they want you to be so soft and so easy, but that's not the truth. Because if you look back over your relationship experiences, Anytime you've been gullible and you've been too easy, you didn't keep him. He treated you wrong. He cheated on you. He walked away from you. There was so much issues in the relationship. And that's because though you have told yourself that it requires this for a man to like you, for a man to recognize you, for a man to choose you, now you've allowed yourself to compromise. And one of the things that I think it is, and y'all might not agree with me, but just pay attention to yourself, pay attention to your motives, pay attention to relationships. A lot of times I think one of the things too that hurt women is competition. Because women so busy trying to compete against another woman and trying to, oh, well, let me be better than her, that you find yourself compromising. And then here it is, you really find yourself in the same situation as any old regular woman. So yeah, you're trying so hard to set yourself apart that you're really not setting yourself apart, because you are doing the same thing that my sister Sheila doing, my sister Katie doing, my sister Erica doing. You're doing the same thing. And they are, and it's not appealing to him, because all he's seeing is the same old type of chick. All he's seeing is the same old type of behavior, instead of you really being set apart. And when you're being set apart and when you're different, it's not going to be favorable. It's not going to be easy. In the beginning, it's not even going to be favorable to him. So, ladies, you can't be easy. You can't be easy. And unfortunately, this is an area where we shouldn't even have to continue talking about and discussing, but it's life, it's real. But the number one area is your body. You got to be mindful of how you treat your body. You should not allow a man that part of you until you know that he is really invested in you, till you know that he really cares about you, till he's really treating you, till he's treating you with respect and courtesy and honor, and he's showing you a different level from y'all just meeting and being friends, but he's showing you a level of affection. When I'm saying affection, I'm not talking about hugging and kissing and none of that. I'm talking about just being chivalrous, being polite, considering your thoughts, considering your feelings, being able to connect with you in a space and where if you're having a bad day, he can tell and he's concerned about that, and he's asking, I noticed that you're not yourself today. How are you doing? What's going on? When he's able to tell you, because he has spent time listening to you, to your stories, to your likes, your dislikes, and to your family, your experiences, your past experiences, and the things that you share. And he's able to tell you, reword and express to you what you're going through, what you dealt with. Because, a lot of times women think men stupid and slow. And I don't even know where y'all get that from. I don't know, but men are very intelligent. They act like they don't have no sense, but men are very smart, very intelligent, and they're very well capable of telling you, what's the word? Of rephrasing your a conversation. They're very able and capable of being able to summarize your life and your experiences when you share them with him. And so if you ever pay attention when you share something with a man and he's really paying attention to you and he's really into you like that, he'll say stuff like, you know, you really had a hard life, didn't you? Or I've noticed that you are the one who's the glue to holding your family together. I noticed that you spoke about your dad, and it seems like your dad was very involved in your life. You know, it's certain things like that. You know, and if a man is not able to do that, or he doesn't do that, or if he's not really attentive, or when it's time for you to start discussing your life, or just discussing things that concerns you or that you care about, and it seems like he kind of push away from those things, or he's not attentive to those things, it's because he don't want to be. And so why worry about giving yourself to someone who is not even interested in you in that capacity? You know, I'm all for matching a man's energy. If you're not receiving the energy that goes beyond just a regular friendship, then don't expect any more than that. Don't try to force any more than that. And I understand you want companionship. I understand you want a relationship. I understand you want somebody to help you, and you're just tired of doing it all by yourself. But you also have to be intentional about the process. And the process is just, you know, you heard that saying, things that comes easy in life is not good for you. You know, to a certain extent, that's true. You know, things take time. Nothing is going to be perfect. And sometimes, you know, and this is a conversation for another time, I don't want to seem like I'm all over the place, but sometimes men, in the dating scenes these days, it does seem like a man wants perfection. But a real man knows that a woman is not perfect. A real man knows and understand that women comes with the woman comes emotions. But you also have to be emotionally intelligent, because no one should have to put up with someone who is all over the place emotionally, who does not know who she is. You know, you don't want a man like that. You don't want a man who is not able to lead. So why expect for a man to put up with what you're not put up, what you don't want to put up with as a woman? And so that's something that I've always say, and I tell women, it's okay if a man don't want you. It's okay. You know, accept that for what it is. That's his right. Just like you have a right not to want him, and you have a right not to want the next man, or that man that you don't like. You have a right not to like him. So just like you have a right not to be interested in somebody, he has a right not to be interested in you. But you also have to know and have some type of sense about when a man is really into you and when he's really not. And so until you know for sure, you know, because you won't have to question it. You won't have to question those things. If a man cheat on you, or if a man you find out he really don't want to be with you, it should come as a total surprise and a shock. Not that you've seen the signs all along, but you chose to ignore them. So anyway, I feel like I'm ranting, though I know what I'm talking about. It was just heavy on my heart. My heart goes out to, and I'm a woman myself, you know, but my heart just goes out to women who, it seems like it's so hard for a woman to understand that when a man really is into her or not, you know, because some of the situations that I'm seeing is clear. You know, these are clear indications that a man, you know, a woman puts herself in position to be hurt and to be saddened, you know, and to be a second away from depression because of her experiences with a man. And a lot of times the thing about it is sometimes women put themselves in that position when you don't have to be in that position. Anyway, that's my little rant for today. Ladies, just be mindful of your dating practices. We will discuss some of those practices and some of those healthier ways to date and how to navigate relationships. But in the meantime and in between time, do not, shall I say, be mindful of what you allow before knowing if a person is really into you. Don't give your body to someone who's not into you. You shouldn't have to wonder if he likes you. You should not have to wonder if he cares about you before you give your body to him. Anyway, until next time, be blessed. I love you much.